Hello, what is up, my people, Zack Miller Nation? What's happening? It's time, your favorite time of day, the time, well, at least every weekday, where Zack Miller, that's me, comes into your life. I know that you wait for it patiently. What time is he going to go live today? Will it be at 9? Will it be at 9:30? Or will it be like today at 12:37? What's up, everyone? Thanks for joining me today for the 53rd edition. Yep, a 5 and a 3 edition of Zack Miller Live, your favorite show, which, of course, is the most creative named show of all time. Zack Miller Live. All right, so I wanted to talk to y'all today. Karen, what's up? Thanks for being here. So many of you guys know me for a lot of different events, businesses, styles, etc., etc. 1004, the 1004 show, whatever. And as I'm going to say my favorite word right now, reflect, as I've reflected on the last 10 years or so of my business career, or the latest business career, I've thought about a lot of different things. And what's up, Stephen? For the last 6 months, I've been thinking, okay, what are people really searching for? Are they searching for me? Or are they searching for a business name or something else? And what I've really learned is that they actually search for people. And so we have this podcast. You could be listening to this just audio, right? And so we have this podcast called The 1004 Show. It is, I think we just released the 97th episode or so. Let me see. 98. The 98th episode. And it was all under 1004. The 1004 Show. And as I was signing the book deal, I recognized and realized that people were not going to be searching for Hatch. They were going to be searching for Zack Miller, and that we needed to build something around that. And also I did a lot of observations and research around kind of shows, and they all the ones that were popular also associated a name with it. So it could be, how I built this with I can't think of what the guy's name is. I feel like such a jerk. So how I built this by this, or The Art of Charm by the authors there. I should probably have their names down if I'm going to talk about them. Or maybe like a Noah Kagan Presents. And, it's like, okay, well, let's make sure that we get my name in there, right? So you're trying to build that brand, that credibility, etc., and then just add a fun little word after it. So obviously you're watching Zack Miller Live, but the podcast is under Zack Miller Says, S-A-Y-S. And so if you really think about it, people do find other people, and that's, who they're building trust with. And so as I was trying to figure out, what are we going to do? It was like, it seems like it needs to be around my name. And that could be a hard pill to swallow. It's been a hard pill for me to swallow as well. Sometimes I'm on it, sometimes I'm not. Now we're just all in on it, so we're going to have to do it, right? And you can have other things associated with you, but it's really pushing, my name. And a lot of people have taught me about this in years past, and sometimes I've listened and sometimes I've not. I remember I had a conversation with a local friend of mine who owns several fitness locations. His name's Jim White, and the business name is Jim White Fitness. And, he has multiple locations and stuff like that. And so as I just kind of looked around, I said, I think this is time for my name to be what the show is. And so Zack Miller Says is the overall show. And there's kind of two shows under it, the 1004 Show, which is still there, long video formed interviews with people, and then Zack Miller Live, which is what this is. And so when you guys are thinking about getting your stuff out there, I think there's a lot of reasons why. So number one, the book, right? So the book is going to be Anomaly, and then my name's going to be on there. And so if that gets, 25,000 purchases, 100,000, downloads or whatever it might be, and what can we be doing to brand around that? And so I think that was really, really important. Obviously, you guys have seen my logo before. It's up here in the corner as well, or that corner. I'll make it like, look at that thing. That's the hair. The face is the logo. That's signifying that I'm live. Dave did that. Great job. What's up, Nick? Hello, Dave. Hit me up with questions if you guys got them. But so as I was asking other people, as I was looking around, it just seemed like the most popular brands, the most popular podcasting shows did have someone's name associated with it in some respect, whether it's the name with, that person. And I guess I could have done, 1004 show with Zack Miller. But when we moved and put two shows in one, it really kind of made sense. And I realized recently that I never told anyone about this. And, thought it was just a good idea to start saying this is kind of why it happened. And then as I was talking with the publisher or part of the publishing team, they made a point. They're like, yeah, people are going to search your name, not the business. And as I was talking to friends, remember friends are like customers and stuff like that, it always comes back to my name, not always necessarily the business. And I think people can have issues with that. But it's something that we're consciously doing. Had conversations with people on the team saying, hey, this is what we're doing. This is why. But, if I go do a speaking gig, they're not hiring Hatch. They're hiring Zack Miller to do it. And even though that they might actually pay the business Hatch, there's just these pieces associated with that are important. And so when people, go to the book page, who's it's authored by. And so it has been a tough and rough situation, honestly, throughout the years. What are we going to push? And I think where I believe that I've made some mistakes in the past is I should have been doing a better job of this when the TV show hit. And we kind of did it. And so we kind of started this Facebook page then. And we did a little bit of effort. But when I look back and I say, man, we have really missed, 2.5, 3 years of this opportunity where we could have been pushing this, but instead we didn't. Got a text message. I don't know who it's from. But, think about this. I know, Steven is here and Nick is here, and they both have brands around a name. And I think maybe in their businesses it's different. But with me, it just seemed like it was the right thing. I was a personality around it, and people were associating with that. And it was just kind of the next thing to do, I guess. Karen says, love that if you have a name like Zack Miller. Challenging to pronounce names are challenging. Yeah, I mean, I have an easy to say name. Imagine if my name was, Karen Belknap. Right? I think this does make sense. Let me actually talk about this a little bit more. So it makes sense for someone who is outgoing and the personality is like that of me, right? It might not be that for other people. And so you have to be cautious around that too. And so if you're very front facing, right? Sometimes people don't even think about Apple as Apple. They think of Steve Jobs, right? And so that name basically became synonymous with that as well. Well, see, there you go, Karen. How would someone know that? Belknap. Very hard. So imagine if I was researching or trying to say that somewhere else. And I think Nick makes a really good point, though. It makes sense for a personality. But if you think about it, when you're talking with people, Nick, I bet they know you as a photographer. Oh yeah, Nick Sutton, the photographer. And so it's this real, like, people create, can you create friendships with the business? I don't know. But you can definitely create a friendship with a person. So a personality-driven business is tough because will people still want to work with you with your business if they're not working with you? I mean, I think you're right. I mean, this is a difficult thing. And so I just had a conversation with someone this morning, and we were talking about something. They're like, these things are kind of synonymous with you. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. And so what happens if you remove yourself from that situation? And I think if you're creating that kind of personality, that personal brand around it, and that's the business, this is a tough thing though, right? And I think this is why there's the back and forth for so long. Like, what do we push? What don't we push? You know, we already have a lot of brands. We don't, what name do we keep pushing? But honestly, when the book happened, that's when it was like, okay, we need to push this brand, the brand of my name. My opinion, Nick says, my opinion is this, and I can argue both sides. For photographers, going with your name is the least creative thing you could choose in a creative field. Very true. However, I do understand it's easy for people to quickly associate a name with work, so I get it. I just like being creative with a business name. And obviously, I have a creative business name and stuff like that, but when people are thinking about you and they meet you, what's the first thing you say? Your name. It's easier for people probably to remember that name. That business card probably has your name on it. They're going to find you on Facebook that way. Now, Steven, on your Facebook group, isn't it whatever featuring your name? So you even kind of do it, right? You put your name out there a little bit. I can't remember what the exact Facebook group is, but I think I've seen you even right in there. Martial arts marketing group with Steven, hosted by Steven Reinstein. And so we are actually putting our names in this stuff. And so you don't have to go as gung-ho and crazy like I have and just rename it with my name and adding one word. But it might be smart for you to put, featured with, the Facebook group, it's hosted by, but not the company. Oh, it's hosted by you or hosted by Market Muscles? I can't remember. But it might be smart to start trying to throw your name in there, because when people are thinking, oh, I would like to bring this person here to help, talk, they're not bringing Hatch, they're bringing me, which is, it's really interesting. So that's interesting, Stephen. You're fighting, yet you do it yourself. So yours is hosted by Digital Lens Rental. Yeah. But in this case, you're trying to sell that specific thing. In my case, I was probably trying to sell my services. But again, this is a very difficult, it has been for years, right? I mean, when I first got started, everything, and even when it was just me, it was Wheeze, right? I always say Wheeze for whatever reason. I don't know. It's what people say. If you guys like this, I'm growing my beard back out. It's wonderful. But I think whether you're pushing your brand, personal brand, like your name, your business's brand, whatever, make sure that you're using that in a lot of your collateral. I just had a phone call with someone earlier as well, and on the voicemail, it was like, hey, call me back. Or, hey, leave a message. And I said to this person, hey, say it's your name at this business, because what you don't want to do is you don't want to miss an opportunity to get your name out there, because market that brand, get that name out there. So Zack Miller. Oh, yeah, by the way, I went to a BizConnect meeting this morning. It was pretty cool at this office furniture outlet, which I guess is new and used office furniture. Very big place, very cool place. So if you're in my neck of the woods, check it out. It's really cool. But I was talking to people, and I did my favorite trick. Hey, do you listen to my podcast? Nope. Oh, well, pull out your phone. Search my name. Oh, that's easy to find that. And then there it is, my face. Also, let me show you guys this. We're working on, this is nothing like amazing, but we're about to do a Facebook post, and that's going to be it. So it's my name, and this is where you can find the show if you're listening just from an audio perspective. That's the image that I'm talking about. The Wonder Bread face. And then there'll be links in kind of the description and everything. Nick has told me that he's going to stop trolling me on this show. He's lucky I like him. I'm going to shave my beard a little different this time. I haven't decided what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to... I don't know what I'm going to do. But I'm going to do something fun. Because, yeah. So people ask me all the time, like, how do I get people to buy my thing? How do I get people to do my thing? And so sometimes you're just getting in front of people. And I met a couple of new people this morning, but, and that was cool. It's great. I follow up with them, say hello. By the way, I did not have business cards. I'm retiring business cards. I'm trying to save the planet one business card at a time. And so I just had, I'll show you. Now what do? Is if someone also doesn't have a business card, if they have a business card, they just hand it to me. But if they don't have one, I have this little piece of paper. What are these called? Field notes? And I just take notes. That's it. Super easy. Bam. Boom goes the dynamite. So that's it. So the reason why is, as I was realizing that, basically I've been building this personal brand for a long time anyway. It just made sense to kind of put my name more out there. I don't think it's not a struggle at all anymore, right? I'm totally cool with doing it. But I think forever it probably had been an issue. Not that I'm like afraid of like using my name or anything, but it's just there. One thing that I have learned by interviewing a bunch of people though is that I do have a name that I do not rank number one on Google for. So if you Google my name, and I'll go to incognito to do this, and I'll share the screen with you guys so you guys can see it. But so first of all, it wants me to change my name here, right? Which is incorrect. This is not me. This is not me. I'm actually trying to I tried creating a Wikipedia page for myself, but it didn't really work. So Zack Miller is a professional tight end. There's actually two of them. Now this is good. I don't know if this is just because it's close to me. Yeah, Fort Norfolk. It's probably because of that. But I would love to see how I could do. I need to get to number one. Like, this isn't me. This isn't me. This is obviously me. But I think this one is number one because of something else. I don't know. But a lot of people that I've interviewed, they have names. So like Brandon T. Adams. He uses the T because Brandon Adams was someone else as a famous actor. Then you got Jeremy Slate. He throws Ryan in there, Jeremy Ryan Slate, so that he doesn't have to so because there's a Jeremy Slate, so Jeremy Ryan Slate. It's also different and unique, kind of the anomaly way. So I don't know. Zack Miller is not necessarily the easiest of names to win by, but if I keep pushing it, I will. But I don't have ESPN backing me, so that can be a challenge at times. So what do you guys think? Are you guys cool with this? Are you guys cool with the new changes? Because it's what we're going with. So Zack Miller Says is the overall show. It's also the channel on many places. At some point, we'll probably get the website called ZackMillerSays.com. I should just buy that right now, probably. And then it'll be a simple brand there, I guess. Still have Hatch and all that stuff as well, but really push what people are searching for when they think of the brand for whatever reason, because of the TV show, because of the podcast, because of this. That's what they're looking for. So we just wanted to put a double down, triple down effort as well. Appreciate you guys being here. If you guys have questions, like always, hit me up in the comments now or later. Hello, Renee. Hope you're doing well. So, my favorite technique right now is literally when I want someone to subscribe, I ask them to subscribe. And so we're going to do a little bit. So I'm going to be doing some more networking with people, having them do it. Oh, another thing that I have, another trick or tip that I've used is that you have all this white space in your email. At the end of an email, I could probably pull one up and show you it. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Let's see. All right. So, like with emails, look at that, inbox 29. Ugh. At the end of this, I have there's all this white space at the end of an email. So I just go, boom, my podcast game is strong. Listen in, and the link. And then where does that take you? I guess that takes you to iTunes. Hopefully it's nothing bad. We're going to find out. Now, I probably should work on this and make this I don't know, maybe I can make this to a landing page or some sort. I don't know. I would have to figure that out. But I've been thinking about a landing page of all of my shows, or like all those shows that you just saw. So like a picture of that, and then have like recordings or links to all the shows that I've been on as well. And I think that would be it. And then like hire me to speak or do whatever. And then the book, stuff like that. Like really simple stuff. But that would be it. So the personal brand name is now what we're going with. Hope you guys like it. As always, thank you for being here. Nick, thanks for buying a book. Talk to you guys soon. Have wonderful days. Episode 53 out. Bye.